What's up, everybody, man? Happy holidays to everybody out there. Welcome back to the Waddle Marcus family. It's been entirely too long since I kicked it with you. The only way you can say that with your boys is because you're new, man. If you're new, smack the subscriber button. It's right there. And hit the bell and join one of the most amazing families all across YouTube. I'm not talking about me, by all means. I'm talking about the family that's behind me. I want you to be a part of this. Now, what I got for y'all today, this is one of my guys right here. Man, this guy is so hilarious. This is Norm Macdonald. I never seen this one right here. Shout out to you, family, for suggesting this one. This is Norm Macdonald's Dirty Johnny joke. I don't even know, man, because Norm he's so unpredictable. I don't know. But let's get into the video. Let's see what this is about.
Come on now. Okay. Well, I can tell a joke.
Yeah, please do, please. Yeah.
There was a little boy at school named Dirty Johnny. Now, he's not dirty in this joke, but he'd always said be a hellion in class, and the teacher didn't think much of him. So the teacher has a project, or not a project, but an in-class thing. And go again. She says, now, this is what you're going to do here, class. I want you to stand up and tell the class what a story from your life. And then afterwards say the moral to that story. So a girl puts up her hand. Yes, Becky, what's your story? So Becky stands up. She goes, my dad works for the hatchery here in town. And what happens was he got about 15 eggs. And he put them all in one basket, all the same basket. So he put all his eggs in one basket. And he put it on the horse and buggy and drove back home. And by God, Becky says the bouncing and all the eggs broke. Well, that's a good story, the teacher says, but what would the moral be to that? Becky says, well, the moral is don't put all your eggs into one basket. But goddamn, says the teacher, that's a good one. Anybody else? Marjorie puts up her hand. Marjorie, what's your story? She says, well, my dad works for the hatchery. As all of us, thank God for the hatchery. She says that we'd all be lost. But anyways, my dad knows that eggs become chickens. And so he was counting his chickens, and he added in the eggs, you see. And then he put them on a horse and buggy to go to town, and they all broke. Well, what's the lesson to that? The teacher says. She counted it. And she says, well, don't count your chickens before they hatch out of an egg.
Okay.
So the teacher says, that's a great one, too. Anybody else? Well, when you know Dirty Johnny has his hand up. So the teacher's like, holy God.
Something about that name.
I don't want it. But on the other hand, I made an oath to every child, should I suppose I gotta. All right, Dirty Johnny, what do you have to say? Johnny stands up. The story's about my Uncle Terry. He never worked at the hatchery. On account he was in Vietnam.
Oh.
And he got disability. He don't even like people who work at the hatchery. But the story happened far from these shores. In a little town called Da Nang. Terry was not well liked. His whole troop left him, abandoned. And he woke up in the weeds, and all they left him with was 3 bottles of Jack Daniels, some weapons. Terry stood up and downed 1 bottle right away. Said, if I'm going out, I'm going out. And he took his Balishnikov and a couple of Glocks and his 2 bottles, and away he went. He found a town, and he didn't know if it was Charlie or if it was one he was sent to protect. But all he knew was he had hate in his gut. So he started firing. And he fired the Kalashnikov with an arcing kind of, like a farmer would with hay. with a scythe. And sure enough, the men fell like hay before him. And then the women, and by God, I'm ashamed to say it, but then the children.
Wow.
And finally, all was left was Uncle Terry standing in the mud and the blood and the glory. And he touched his pants, and it was wet, and he said he was ashamed. He felt shame, Uncle Terry, for he'd pissed himself. Well, he touched it again. It was not urine at all, but ejaculate. And Uncle Terry felt pride where shame once was. And the teacher's like, good Christ, what kind of a story is that? What the hell is the moral to that? Well, he says, when Uncle Terry's been drinking, you don't fuck with him.
Hey, what's wrong with Norm? What's wrong with Uncle Terry, man? Man, big up to Norm Macdonald, man. Shout out to y'all for watching Dirty Joke with me. I appreciate it. Dirty Johnny Joke with me, man. It's always good to catch up with Norm, man. Norm's story is always, you don't never know if it's going to go left, right, or backwards, okay, or full circle, or just straight up in the sky. Just a Norm Macdonald. If you like Norm that much, man, you really want to watch more of Norm, you can go to my video section and just type in Norm Macdonald or just Norm, and it'll pop up all the Norm videos that I did. This guy's phenomenal, man. I'm definitely putting him as one of my favorites. I love the way he tells his stories, man. It's just, I don't know, it's his demeanor that's just so cool, bro. It's like, he just owned the, he owned the time, it's like, he just captivates you. You just have to, you be so into it. You see I was into it, it's a still frame? But yeah, that was dope, man. Round of applause for Norm, okay? If you like that, thumb it up. Pass it around and share with everybody you know, man. I do appreciate you, okay? I really do. Now, happy holidays to everybody. I said that at the beginning, but I want to say it again. I hope everybody's having a great Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate this time of year. I can't think of all of the names. Probably got something to do with that cup I've been drinking over there. It's eggnog. What you talking about? Just eggnog. That's it. But anyway, it is the worst part of the video. The part where I got to go to get some more. I got more subscriber content to get into, and I can't wait to check it out with my amazing family. That's you guys and you girls. I love y'all both. Be safe, and I'll see y'all soon.
Niggas hating on the kid, I guess it's cause I'm vicious. Rolling up in something new and taking all the bitches. How you get your car that tone, that shit is so prestigious. I would compliment your shit, but I would really mean it. Niggas hating on the kid, I guess it's cause I'm vicious. Rolling up in something new and taking